It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on the road. Today, we're traveling on the Hot Rod Tour of Texas, a 3-day road trip from Victoria to Hillsboro, Texas. Just ahead, we'll be talking to some of the hot rodders on the road with us, including a stop we made at the Stars and Stripes Drive-In to see the Hollywood Nights movie. That and more on this special edition of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy and a good Saturday morning. Along with Mike Mars, Jeff Zekin, and Chief Engineer David Ainsley, this is Don Armstrong. Join us now on the Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
So this afternoon, we're still over here at Sampson's Performance and Restoration outside the Crawford, Texas. And right now, I'm talking to Thomas Parker, but you call him Ricky, but it's Thomas Parker, we call him Ricky, and we're talking about his 51 wheel units. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself and some of the things that you do.
I've never seen
We live in Oil City.
that view. That is badass.
Okay. Why don't we get those cars you go here? You drove a big trailer.
Drove it all the way.
Good.
And live in Oil City. Been in business 35 years. We got in old cars.
We need you and your lovely wife who's hiding.
Yeah, she's mine. But we bought it from a lady down in Tomball, Texas.
Okay, that's how you said it.
Got it. It didn't quite look as good when we bought it, but we worked on it. Redone the frame and everything, the little motor that was in it, so put it back to original. We decided we wanted to go faster than 45 miles an hour.
Right.
So,
Well, perfect.
rail line, mechanic, right, he kept fixed it up. Put a 4-door S10 blazer frame on the motor, transmission, and the whole works. Just put the body on it.
That's a nice way to do it.
19, we went on a power tour in it. Hot rod power tour.
Right.
And it had 300 miles on it. Ended up
Ahead.
on the highway.
Stop to get gas and it kept going.
We went on a little trip last year.
That thing's getting hot.
Oh,
I ever seen a camera.
went through Grand Canyon and Las Vegas, and then California, all the way back to Old City. No problem.
So y'all built this to drive, and you were driving.
I've got 16,000 miles on it. 19.
Beautiful. So let's take a look at it. Kind of go walk around.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
We had a friend of ours lived in Shreveport. He done the interior for us, named Willie Jones. And he done a real good job. Let me get it unlocked.
Everything works, even the locks.
Everything works. That's the inside of it.
Very nice.
He built all the inside, the seats, and everything. Put in it for us.
These
Ain't nothing of it had fun in it.
look like late model bucket seats.
Yeah. I think them seats come out of Monte Carlo somewhere, and he built them, redone them. Should have been there for me.
Some nice door panels as well.
Yeah, he had a little emblem put on there.
So it's got an old school automatic shifter in it. So I guess it's automatic.
It was automatic, put air conditioning in it. Had the headliner redone. We got full of junk right now.
Well, you're on the road, and I caught you.
That's right. The boy that worked for me, David Keener, he worked for me in my business, and me and him got together and he painted it. Done an excellent job on that.
Absolutely. See a little flake in it.
Yep.
Now you said you had an S10 frame and everything.
Frame.
So S10 variant.
The whole running gear and all. Got a Ford V6 Vortec engine on it.
The 4.6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Came from the factory?
Yes.
That's a rock solid engine.
Yeah.
So you built it with some pretty good stuff, pretty reliable stuff.
Yeah.
Not a lot of big tires and wheels. I don't see any 22s or 23s sitting
No,
on
we
here.
wanted to go back just about original as we could, up to the point where we swapped over the frame. But
Just to look at it, it'd be hard to tell you've got a S10 sitting underneath this thing.
yeah, I know it. Several places in it.
Now you got a tow hitch there.
Yeah, I built a little trailer. It's a little camper trailer, and it's the same color as the truck.
Matches, huh?
Yeah, I didn't bring it with us. We dragged it around a little.
Yeah, you'd be hard pressed from a distance to tell that this wasn't anything but originally restored.
Yeah.
And even then, I'll bet you'd have to be an expert on them. It's very nicely done.
Yeah, he done real good. You want to look at the motor?
Oh, absolutely, if you don't mind.
Had to put the hood pins on it. You get up about 70 miles an hour, then the hood gets kind of flop. Yeah, it's had some miles on it since we put it.
Canyon air filter on it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice setup you got here. The V6 looks like it fits in there really well.
It did. It fit perfect. We had to cut 8 inches out of the frame. Right in the middle. Put it back together and it fit right on there.
Nice job. So you got all the factory type air conditioning brackets and everything.
Yes, sir.
Makes it very easy.
Chris Wright, when he put the one together, it's put together right.
Very nice. So are you going to make the rest of the tour?
Oh yeah, we go all the way. We gonna go to the drive-in tonight, and then
Yeah.
whatever else they want us to do.
Well, I think that was one of the things that we were talking about earlier, that might be a little bit of weather coming in,
Yeah.
but it looks like it's going to go ahead and go around, so the drive-in is still on.
Oh, yeah, good.
And we're really looking forward to it.
Us
All right, sir. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the 2023 Hot Rod Tour of Texas.
too. All right, we'll make it.
Sampson's garage, engine shop. This is where it all takes place. We're in the assembly room. Here he is, the man that's responsible for all of this. Hey, man, it's good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. How old are you?
31.
No, you're not.
I am.
You just turned 16, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. Right.
So, how did you get into engines? How did that come about?
I've always just like going fast.
See, for me, it was lawnmower
The
motor.
lawnmower stuff, really. I mean, yeah, we just raced. My brother and I, we just raced forever.
I know, but you,
About
wait a
it.
minute, when you were 5?
And well, no, we started like 8, I think,
Okay.
probably around 8.
Yeah.
And we just raced forever. And I always just want to go faster and faster. And then he.
Well,
wanted to
somebody
make
was
me
building the engines for you at the time.
at the time. Yeah.
Who
yeah,
was that?
Yeah. I don't even know. Some cart builder back, some engine builder back
Right.
then,
Mhm.
building cart motors for us.
But obviously, you glommed onto that motor.
I
on
did,
that.
yeah. I just want to go faster. And,
Right.
Yeah. So
And
Alan
one day
and
you
I-
start taking it
one
apart
day
and going,
we-
hey, I can make it go faster
That's
this way.
exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get apart, and then we didn't know what we were doing. Like, how do we, this ain't back together, so I mean, I gotta put
And it
back
turned
together.
into all of this.
And then all of this. That's
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I noticed that we've got some in assembly right now.
We do. We do.
What is this?
This is a turbo setup going to the 57 Chevy. LS is a 5.7 LS.
Mhm.
What this is. Nothing too crazy. It's just a street motor. It's a street rod motor. Yep. Turbo stuff.
Mhm.
And
And so did the guy come to you and say, hey, I've got this car. I want to put a turbo in it. Can you build me a motor?
Actually, he blew up this motor first time.
Ah,
Yeah, and
That-
he
that'll
said,
do it.
"Hey, I need a motor built." And
how did he blow it up? Did he over rev it?
No, just too much power for a stock motor. It was a stock motor,
Right.
and yeah, just way too much.
See,
power.
I have an 01 Corvette, an LS1.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought, well, you know, I put my little supercharger on there. I started
That's
reading
where it
about
starts.
it. Yeah. And I thought, I keep reading about it. And they get, well, if you do that, you really need to change the springs. And you need to
Yeah.
do that and do that. I'm going,
You
wait.
can see it all there.
Yeah, I
there
see
you
it.
go.
I
You
see
see it all
I
right
see it,
there.
yeah. So not too far from the truth.
No, you're spot on. Yeah. It's just how far do you want to go with it?
Well, that's what it is with everything.
Right.
I think, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, everything. yeah. When do you want to stop?
Yeah, and how about that one over there?
That's LT5. That's actually a pretty rare setup. We do quite a bit of them, unfortunately.
Why do you say that?
Because they're a pain in the butt. Well, they are. Yeah, they are. There's a lot to them. A lot of shops don't do them. But once you get them right, I mean, they're not bad motors. But there's a lot to them. There's a lot.
What makes the LS so popular?
Well, it used to be because it was cheap. Now I think just because it's easy
and dependable
and very very dependable.
Depending on how you build it.
Yeah, right. And it's a very efficient motor, really. Has a good style bottom end in it, and I mean the cylinder heads, they move a lot of air, so a lot of it's really easy to actually make.
Without going crazy on an LS motor, with a stock crank, maybe some upgraded pistons, and a power adder and some nice springs and valves, that sort of stuff. How much horsepower streetwise can you get out of it without blowing it up?
Oh, we make over 1,000 with stock crank a lot of the times.
1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, well over 1,000. When I say well over, I mean we'll make 1,100 stock crank on it. This mostly comes down to rods and pistons.
Yep.
Mostly the rods, more important than anything. Yep.
Do you have a rod that you'd like to go to?
I use a lot of Carrillo stuff and Cali stuff. That's really my rod of choice. Yeah, that and CP pistons. That's my combination. Right?
Because every engine builder's got their own go-to stuff,
right?
And you obviously have.
That's my go-to. Yeah, I've been using them for a long time and done some pretty good stuff.
Now, do you have a dyno in this facility?
I do. Yep. Engine dyno right over there. Yep.
It's a stand. You don't have a rear wheel dyno.
No. I used to, and I don't work on cars. I don't like working on cars. I want to work on cars. I just want to mess with the motor. I just want to build the motor, dyno it, and get it off and ship it out.
Gotcha.
Yep. So that's mostly what we do.
So do you build a lot of race engines?
We do.
Is that mainly what you do?
80% of what 80%
is race
really
engines.
Race stuff.
And racing, what kind of racing?
Endurance road race stuff. Yeah. We'll do, I'd say about 70% endurance road race stuff. Then we do about 10-20% land speed stuff. And then these little street motors here and there. But motostly.
You fill in with the street motors.
We fill in with these, yeah, with this little stuff. But most of it, yes, is endurance racing stuff. Yeah, that's most of what we do. Trans Am series stuff. We got some stuff overseas for Spa, for 6-hour, 12-hour Spa race overseas in France.
So you got to build the motors to last on endurance racing.
That's the biggest thing, is that they got to last.
Yeah.
I always joke around that anyone can make an 8-mile pass. I mean, that's pretty easy to do.
Right.
But to get one of the last 12 hours,
Right. At wide open throttle.
At wide open throttle. Yeah, the land speed stuff was really hard to get. That's 5 miles at wide open throttle, and that's stuff that's making 2,000 horse, stuff like that. Right. So that's its own challenge there too.
What do you find is the weakest part in some of these LS motors that you build for speed?
The blocks.
The blocks.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
because they're aluminum blocks.
Yeah, and it's not so much that it's aluminum, but the cylinder walls in them are really, really thin, and so. If it's up to us, we'll sleeve it and we'll put our own sleeves in it. But some shaping bodies won't let us do that because it is a performance enhancing stuff. Because it does it's a whole lot more rigid, and there is power in that. There is.
In all of my years of loving motors and trying to find out how they work and revving them up and doing all this stuff, I just learned recently that the ring technology these days has gone way out of sight.
It's huge. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
How thin they are, the clearances in there, the way that you set up the motor when you put the rings in the
It's standard tension, low tension stuff. The shape of it. There's a lot.
Where did you learn? Where did you get that knowledge from?
Really.
Because I don't know of a school. I mean, you can go.
I went to SAM out of Houston.
Yeah.
So I did go there. Then I worked for a really good shop, LBP, that is close to here, and doing a lot of. They've done a lot of endurance stuff. That's really how I got into endurance road race motors. Is working for them for many years, and I did all their cylinder head work over there. And then they've had some big success in prototype stuff and IMSA and stuff like that. And so that's how I got building endurance road race motors. And then came over here and just kind of kept with it, really. But I did learn a lot from them, and also having good customers that would say, "Hey, do what you think is right." And so
they trust you.
So I try this and try that, and that's why we have our dyno. Our dyno tells us everything. It's just that dyno is just another tool like anything else is.
Yeah.
You know.
Corvette.
So we can
And how do you guys handle power adders? I see we have some superchargers over here that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, there's some old superchargers. Yeah,
Those
those are both off Chrysler's too, and that goes on a small block. There's on a Hemi, big old school Hemi there.
Mm-hmm. Endurance racing and power adders.
Right. Yeah, we don't really. This is old style. This is just a root style stuff. Now it's all rear entry stuff.
Saying old stuff. That's me, man.
Yeah, this one is old style. They don't really use this stuff anymore, really. I mean, and all like old alters and stuff like that they do, but it's mostly all rear entry stuff now. Like Whipple will have a rear entry setup in it, and I mean, we do a lot of Whipple setups and turbo stuff, really. And you build the motors close to the same, but little differences.
Mm-hmm.
Nitro stuff, you build it quite a bit different. Because nitro comes on really hard and really abrupt, and it's really hard on the motor.
Yep.
Whipple still, blower setup isn't as bad. Turbo stuff is you just got to get it to hold up the power.
Have you ever done any nitro stuff?
Oh yeah. Nitro stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We got a nitro Honda in here right now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. All nitro
Don't
stuff.
you find that fun?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you do that? Every once in a while, I have to stand back a little bit, and it's gonna go.
Yeah. That the alcohol stuff, we do quite a bit of alcohol stuff too. Yeah, for our dirt track guys. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we do some of that.
Do you ever go to the track? See all these
I'm
races?
supposed to be in Sonoma right now, but
You are?
that motor was supposed to be there. Well, it wasn't. That was a spare motor. Yeah, we got a dyno. That one's going to California next week. And then they're running today. The loading was yesterday, and I was supposed to be there, but I got to do that motor. I got to finish that motor. Yeah,
Okay.
and they both got to leave next
And
week.
then you got to bother with all of us guys that are
That's it.
big fans of yours and what you do.
No, it's all good.
Did you build the fastest motor in Bonneville?
I did. Yeah.
Fastest motor at Bonneville.
World's fastest Corvette. Yeah, first Corvette in the 300s and the only Corvette in the 300s. 300.41.
And tell me about the motor.
That's a big block Chevy, twin turbo, big block Chevy setup. Fairly small cubic inch for a big block. It had to be less than 488 inches, and that motor is 472. Once we're done with the combination, twin turbo setup.
What kind of turbos do you use?
At
least
it's really up to them. I mean, really, whatever they want to use.
I see.
I just build the motor around it. And, some of them have sponsors, so they want to run this turbo.
Sure.
Some of them they want to run that. We've done it with a little bit of everything.
Yep.
But yeah, no, he set that at Speed Weeks a year and a half ago, roughly. Yeah. There's a lot to that stuff. That stuff kind of blew me away because I can build all the power you want, but you're hooking it up off a 4-inch tire. It's for 5 miles. And so he's putting power in the car, and he's pulling power back out because it's blowing the tire off.
I was going to say because the tire patch on the ground is about that
it's
big.
tiny. It's tiny. Yeah. And but no, he's been good. He's had the record now for years. It's blown fuel modified class, and he's had the record for years. But he wanted to go 300.
Do you ever get into the point where you think, I really want to build this motor or that motor? I want to do this, and then something comes along and you do it, and then you have to move on
to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want to build them all. Really. I mean, I have my favorites. Don't get me wrong. I definitely have my favorites. That was one of them. I built a small block Ford, the Dan Gurney. It was going to Dan Gurney's GT40 that was raced in 69 Le Mans. There's pictures of it up front there. It's a white GT40, so original car with his cylinder heads on it, and that was probably my favorite motor. Yeah. It's all on Webers and stuff, and I like Webers. Some people hate them, but they're a pain in the ass to kind of get them tuned up.
Yeah.
But once you get them, they make power and they look.
Yeah, because you have to tune each one, and you got a whole stack of them on there.
Yeah, you got a whole stack. Right. Yeah, so it takes some time, but man, they do. I like it. That they really make power.
Do they still make Webers? Can you buy new ones?
I don't think you can buy new ones, but we can fix them. I mean, we put bushings in.
Of course you got.
We can fix them all. Just give me a set of 48s.
Now, do you have an assistant that helps you around here?
I do. Yeah. I have an office lady up front there, and then I do all the assembly stuff here. I do all the.
You do all the assembly yourself.
I do.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you got to have a good parts man because somebody's got to order all this stuff and get it all here on a timely basis.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the parts guy too. Yeah.
Do you ever sleep?
I try to.
Yeah.
I try to. Yeah, not a whole lot sometimes, but yeah, I do.
So you do your parts and you do all your own assembly.
Correct. Yep.
There's
and
a
then
lot of
I do
machines
all
out
my dyno. I do all my dyno.
There's
Yep.
a lot of machines
Right.
out there.
Yep. Yep. I have my other guys that he does his block stuff, and just another guy does cylinder head stuff. My parts cleaner, and yep. They mostly take care of that. I'll kind of come up with a combination, make sure everything's right, all the numbers are right, and then whenever it's all ready to go, I'll put it together.
How many micrometers do you have
Oh,
within this building?
I don't even know how to go out and count them. I don't know. We got a bunch of them in here. We got a bunch out there.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we try to use the same ones, believe it or not.
I do.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was making a comment to your other half across the parking lot over there. I said, I see some old school stuff in here.
Yeah.
I had a brother-in-law that was an expert machinist, and his favorite machines that he worked on were the 1920s machines.
They don't make them like they used to. Yeah,
Right.
they don't.
That's
I mean,
what he
some of
said.
these machines are not old, but like kind of
like me.
Yeah, not old, but but they're just so rigid and they don't move, and they can hit a number. Now every machine is different. You got to get used to your machine.
That's right.
But really, once you get used to it, man, we can do anything.
I want to come work for you.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure,
like
man.
good.
Really,
Thank
I'm
you.
impressed.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
luck
Thank
to you.
Yes.
You have a great shop here, and I'm really impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
you, and thanks for taking the time with us.
Thank you.
Again, my name is Rich Espinosa. I moved here to Texas 2013, and when I moved here, I saw everybody in Texas had trucks. So I went online and found this truck in Laredo, Texas. Got on my bike, Harley, went out there, picked it up, talked to the guy, offered him, and he actually brought it to me. I drove it for about 2 years, and I met Sampson, and he put it in the shop, had it for 15 months, and did a complete restoration. Myself, I was a police detective in Washington, D.C., originally from California. Also was in the military simultaneously, police detective in D.C., and then I retired and actually went back to active duty. So I have 2 retirements, and I'm 90% disabled. So we built this truck, like I said, 15 months. Did about 6 years ago. I travel all over the country with it. I've been to Hot August Nights, won 2 awards there. Hot August Nights, I've got 3 Good Guy Awards. I won the LMC Truck National Truck of the Year in 2019 for this model year. I did in Tennessee, I won GMC Truck Nationals, Southeast Truck Nationals. And it's a frame-off restoration. Got an LS3 motor. I've got power brakes, power steering, cruise control, air conditioning, airbags, because I actually have a matching camper, a 1976 Argosy that matched it. Alan also painted, and to match this after I completed it. And I've been showing it all over the country. It's got almost 32,000 miles on it. And like I said, I've been to Tennessee. I've been up to Good Guys in Colorado, in California, and here in Texas. So I display this model basically. So I found out back in 1959 there was a dealership here in San Antonio called Mike Persia Chevrolet. So I contacted a guy who did reproduction window tags, window stickers, and had him restore it, and I put my LS3, everything it has on it currently, and then what it cost back in 1959. So I also have a matching license plate frame that says Mike Persia Chevrolet of San Antonio, Texas. So it's all about the detail when you display. And then I also put, because this is from Texas, I also put a Texas edition on the truck.
Did you stay pretty much with the light whites?
Yes, they're a little dirty now because we're actually on a cruise. If I was actually doing a show, they would all be, everything would be perfect, shined up. I actually hand wax it, none of that spray stuff, but paste wax. Actually, it's got the wood bed, but since I drive this as my daily driver, I actually just put a cover over it to save my wood.
like I said, have the tow package. So I have airbags on each side, or self-adjusting airbags. So when I do pull my trailer.
It's not a factory bumper, is it?
Yes, it is. This is all original. Stock, it would be a sleeper until you pull that motor up and see what's all in.
So how's it been on the tour?
Oh, very good, very good. Long, a lot of cars, a lot of fun, Meet a lot of people, made some new friends.
Can you open the door? Tell us about the interior.
Okay, the interior is all custom interior, like I said, right now because I'm on a tour and it's not really being shown, but it's all 50s style. It's got the split bench. I can get behind it. It's got, like I said, it's got the tilt steering column. I did it. It's a 3-speed automatic. It still has the floor starter, as it did back in 1959. It's got vintage air, and then I got the Texas hat rack.
So did you start the tour in Victoria?
Yes, I did. Started it, got there. I was actually first one there at 5:30 this morning. I'm, like I said, former military, so I'm used to getting up and get excited. So you get there early, get a good spot.
So you just drove down to Victoria from San Antonio?
Yes, we met a couple of local people, drivers from the area. We met at Gateway, as we're going to be there tomorrow. We met there and we drove down yesterday, and we split up, and then we met again this morning.
So you're going to the drive-in tonight?
Hopefully, yes, unless it rains. Because I was planning on just sitting in the back of the truck and just sitting and watch.
Very good. And then you're going on up to the drag strip and the museum?
Yes. Yeah. Then Looking Rod, right? We're going to Looking Rod, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Looking Rod, and then they're going to the
Hillsborough
wine,
Museum.
The wine, hot rod wine.
Yes.
Museum. Yes.
Go stand back over there. So, just sorry.
Are you a car enthusiast? Come experience the 27th annual Keels and Wheels Classic Car and Boat Show. Join us Saturday, May 6th and Sunday, May 7th at the Lakewood Yacht Club in Seabrook. This fun family event features vintage and contemporary race cars from Le Mans, Indy, Formula One, NASCAR, and much more. See classic and vintage boats of all types, not to mention American and European pre- and post-war classics. Pre-sale tickets are $30. Students are just $15. Children 12 and under are free. Purchase your tickets today at keelsandwheels.com.
Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.